So thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today during this Black Girls Lift Spotlight interview. We are so delighted that you're here with us, and I'm excited to get to know your story. As I'm sure you already know, the point of this conversation is for members to just kind of find motivation for your story and just become a little bit inspired by your advice and your process, and just to learn best how they can learn from you and connect with you. So my name is Kiara. I am representing Black Girls Lift today, an organization aimed at teaching, motivating, and inspiring women to work out. And I have a whole bunch of questions for you. So let's just jump right in.
Okay.
Before we get into the details, can you just briefly tell us, just a little bit about who you are and what's your story?
Okay. Yes, my name is Deniece Griffin, and I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I am a certified group fitness instructor, and I've been teaching now, Kiara, for over 20 years. I've taught various formats from strength training to kickboxing to high, low, you name it, I've taught it. Various formats from HIIT to interval, you name it, I've taught it. I enjoy fitness. I've always been involved in some form of fitness. Growing up, I was athletic. I guess I consider myself still athletic, but it was something I did as a young age. So as I got older, I just continued to do those things. So that's what I've been doing. I've been teaching, like I said, for 20 years, and now I'm going virtual. I'm in the virtual space of fitness these days.
I feel like everyone is in like the virtual business these
Yeah.
days. So can you tell me a little bit about, or the people listening, about your involvement with Black Girls Lift?
Oh, okay. Yes, actually, I was selected to be a part of the pilot program for the Jumpstart Quad Squad program. And I basically trained this quad squad of women, and for 4 weeks, 3 days a week, and it was awesome. I mean, I got so much out of it. And what was so inspiring, Kiera, was watching their interaction with one another. I mean, they just fed off of each other. They looked forward to seeing each other. I was there to motivate them and teach them the proper way to work out, but they were there for each other. I mean, they kept each other going. Before I started class, they were talking. Oh, I saw this, I saw that. At the end, they wanted to talk, and I was like, listen, ladies, I got to get to work. Come on, let's wrap it up. But they just enjoyed just the camaraderie, the sisterhood, all of those things. They knew each other. And then I was just there to keep them motivated, keeping them on track, making sure we're making progress in the program. But I got so much out of it, just watching and getting to know them and being a part of the program. So I would say it was a success, and I was excited to actually create the certificates of completion when they completed. It was very rewarding for me to actually take them to that point where they completed the program. So it was a great program.
Wow, that's so awesome. I think, you mentioned, being in the virtual space now, and community has always been
Yes,
important, but I'm finding for myself even more so now how important it is to have that community and support group
yes,
when people are feeling alone and isolated.
right.
So it's cool that in addition to like working out, they were able to build community.
Yes, yes, yes. I saw it firsthand. I mean, I've been doing, like I said, teaching, and I look forward to seeing my participants as much as they look forward. They message me on the various platforms. Class tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. So it's kind of something you can build up to and see it come to fruition and be able to spend quality time. It may not be in person, but yet it's still quality time these days.
I just have to throw in, you said you've been teaching for 20 years. I don't know how old you are, but you look great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, my audience is primarily, Kyria, women over 40. I have really kind of found my niche for women over 40 because I think that they can relate to, the challenges. I can relate to the challenges. I think that there are so many options for younger women and not to bash them at all, because we need them too. But there's not as many options for women over 40. There's not a lot of role models. There's not a lot of programs designed just for them. And that's what I try and bring. I that's what I'm all about, is helping other women get active, to stay active, to get fit, to eat healthy, to lead active and productive lives. So that's what I do, and that's what I hope to continue to do.
I love that so much. And I mean, you're right. There are a lot of resources for younger women. And as we get older as women, our body presents new challenges.
Yes,
Bodies are
yes,
changing.
yes,
We're dealing with hormones and all sorts
yes,
of things.
yes,
Uh,
yes,
so, being able to like target women who can maybe connect on a certain level about the things that they're going through was like really cool.
yes.
So can you,
Well,
oh, go ahead. Yes.
no, I was just going to say, I do have some other outlets to connect with me, and I think I'll be able to share those with you at the end, so that if anyone is interested in learning more about me and what I do for women over 40, I'll be happy to share that with you at the end.
Yeah, I know for a fact my mom is interested. Like I'm signing her up already.
Sign her up.
So can you tell me, what does Black Girls Lift mean to you?
Oh, wow. Let me think. I really wasn't as familiar with Black Girls Lift until 2 years ago.
Mm,
I saw where Ernestine Shepherd was coming to town. And I said, oh my God, I would love to go, So I went to this event and I was impressed. I mean, everything was so well organized. They had banners, they had a stage. The gymnasium was packed with women. I mean, it was packed with women. And I was, it's my first time in this gym area. And they had a person to kind of warm everybody up before Ernestine gets out there, right? We're all waiting to work out with Ernestine. And so, the lady was warming us up, talking and everything. And she said, well, anybody here have a story, or they want to share something with us, or have a move they want to try to warm us up? Well, being the fitness instructor that I am, I actually got off the floor, went up there, and I taught a couple of moves to everybody in the audience. So that was my first experience with Black Girls Lift. I felt right at home, obviously, enough to get up there and kind of warm everybody up with a couple moves. But I was even more excited once I had a chance to meet Ernestine. I actually did get a chance to meet her, and of course work out with her as well. She's awesome, and I'm looking forward to the virtual event that's planned for the first of the year that she will be participating in as well. So Black Girls Lift means a lot to me. Like I said, it was so well organized, so well put together, it represented us so well. And I just hope to continue that, and everything, my affiliation and my partnerships with Black Girls Lift, I just hope to continue that, because we really, really need that even more so now than ever. We really need that sense of community you talked about, the connection. We really need that bond. We need to stay active. We're indoors, even more so. We need to get out and moving about as much as we can. So Black Girls Lift means a lot to me. And a lot of those things I just touched on are prime examples.
It's so wonderful to hear you say that. And I, have some relationship with Ernestine as well. I've been lucky enough to host a few different events with her, and she's just an incredible, amazing woman. And I think it's just so dope for women to be able to like connect with one another, because we are, I mean, not to sound cliche, we're stronger together.
Yes,
And getting
amen.
inspired by someone else's story and something,
Yes.
that they might have gone through in their life that you're struggling with. And so you're working together in this fitness space, but encouraging each other in so many other ways. And I just think that's so special.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about the Jumpstart Quad Squad program. Is there going to be another one? Can you talk a little bit more about this? How do people get involved?
Yes. Like I said, I was a part of the pilot program, and it lasted for 4 weeks in September and October. And we're going to have another one that will take place in February of next year. So look out on, stay tuned, look online. There'll be more information coming up that will give you the dates, the times, how to register, etc. And I will be the instructor. So I'm very, very excited about it. I have my handbook, my manual already ready for everybody. I have it all ready for everyone. So I'll be tweaking it so it'll be just right for this new group of this new tribe coming in. I'm getting it ready for the new tribe. So I'm excited.
I love that. And so or just your natural energy, I think is like very inspiring. But when you have clients who are maybe not feeling inspired or not feeling motivated, what advice do you have, or what advice do you give your clients to keep them motivated?
That happens. I mean, I'm not as motivated all the time. So it does happen. What I try and tell people to do is to do what you can. I mean, every day you won't be like this. Every day you won't feel like, doing 20 squats back to back or push-ups, I would say do 5. If you only feel like doing 5 today, do 5. So start where you are and build upon that. You may get inspired after getting started with 5 and okay, I can do 10. I can do 10, once you get started. So I would say start where you are, start slowly. You don't have to start with a big blast into anything. And I get that question asked a little differently here. I get asked a lot, how do I get somebody motivated to work out? Like to start a program? That's how I get it. How do I get someone interested in starting a program? And I always tell them to start small, start walking, start walking with a friend. Taking it slow is the best way to get introduced to a fitness program, and maybe partner with a friend. I mean, that's what we're doing with the Quad Squad. We're in groups, and that always helps.
I love that. Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are frozen.
Oh, my picture is frozen. Okay, I was like, I look so smiley. I'm gonna stop my video and start it again and see if it comes back.
Okay.
Okay, that's much better. It's like, man, I'm happy, but I'm not that happy.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I should keep talking or what. I just kept talking.
Oh yeah, no, you're doing great. You're doing a great job. That's life, right? 2020, it's always something. So this kind of goes into the next question, kind of leads into, I guess, what you were talking about as well. But for people who might feel like they're just too busy to work out, like they just don't have the time, they have all this other stuff going on, like what would you have to say to those people?
When I get asked that question, I usually want, and it's an individual thing. It's not a question that could be answered for everybody. I think you have to really ask the person, what is it that you do during the day? Tell me what your day is like, and then once you've kind of gotten a feel for what their day is like, they may have children, they may have elderly parents, they may have, a husband and all kind of situations. You don't know what the situation is. Yeah. So I would say get to know the person first, or ask them some questions, and then you can help them determine where in that busy day you could squeeze out 30 minutes, because you can get a lot done in 30 minutes. Most of my workouts are 30 minutes that I teach, or 30, 40-minute formats. You can pack a lot in 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. So I say individualize the workout, or at least identify what their needs are, and then help them find a way on their schedule to pencil it in. It may not be something the same time every day, but 3 days a week at 7 a.m. or 2 days a week at 8 p.m. or something, but cater it to their needs. It's not the same for everybody. Nothing's the same for everybody. So just be very individualistic about it and cater it to what their needs are.
That's so good. And it's so true. Like, you think about all the things you do during the day, and it's like you probably spent more than 30 minutes on your phone, like the average adult spends 3
Yeah,
hours on their phone.
yeah.
So speaking of like the 30 minutes, I think that that's probably attainable for a lot of people.
Mhm.
How often would you say you need to do that in order to actually like see physical results?
Physical results. I get that question a lot as well. And again, it depends on the person.
Mm.
If you've been working out a lot, then it you wouldn't you wouldn't see results. If you've been working out a lot, you wouldn't see results as quickly as someone who's just started.
Mm.
Someone who's just started has a lot more weight on their bodies. They will lose more weight. They will, they'll see some results, especially on the scale, versus somebody who's a little more trim and firm. They won't see immediate results. So you have to look at the person. So I would look at that first. But you should try and start off with working out 3 days a week
Mm.
to see some results. Add on to that 4 days, 5 days. The more days you can work out, the better. You will definitely see results if you're working out 5 days a week. Okay. And eating is so important. I'm sure that's part B of your question is diet.
Yes, that was my
I
next
know it.
question.
Of course, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. It's so important. I mean, I'm so into fitness. I wish I had the same knowledge base I had in nutrition as I do in fitness. I'd be awesome, girl. I tell you.
You're already awesome.
Well, thank you. But they go hand in hand, and I do my best to train people on fitness and leave the nutrition and diet stuff to others. There's so much out there um, to advise people, but I try and tell people when it comes to diet to find something that's attainable, something that you can sustain over time. These fad diets, they come and go. You lose weight, you gain it twice back. You know, they don't last because they're not sustainable.
Yeah.
So I tell people find something that is a diet that you can work with for the long term,
Yeah.
and work with you and your family. You don't want to be off from your family all the time. You want to sit down with your family and eat with your family. That's part of, especially in a lot of our communities, we want to be together. So I would say diet is important. Try and eat from the 5 food groups. There's 5 food groups. Make sure you're getting the nutrition that you need. Nutrition is so important, the vitamins, the minerals, all the things that you need. So you need to eat from the 5 food groups when you're eating, and just watch the calories, reduce your sugar intake, stay active, and find a plan that works with you that you can sustain over time.
Is that something you've had to kind of work through, like eating meals with families or diet? Like, what is your
Yeah.
experience been like?
Huh?
What is your experience with that been like?
As far as planning my meals with my
Yeah.
family? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because my husband, when I first met him, he did not eat salads. He did not eat salads. He was a rice and meat person. That's all he ate. Well, we've been together 20 years. He's a salad eater now, I can tell you that. and,
Hilarious.
and when I met him, he wouldn't eat broccoli. He was like, I'm not eating those little trees. I'm not eating those little trees. Girl, he has to have broccoli on his salad now.
Wow. How
Yes.
did you do that? Like, I'm sure people want to know, like, how?
How did I do that? Well, of course, once he started realizing the importance of fruits and vegetables in your diet, he realized how he was missing out on a lot of the nutrition that he needed. So I was eating them pretty regularly at that time. Now I eat them every day. Um, but he saw how I could incorporate that into my eating habits, along with, the chicken and the fish that I enjoyed as well. So now he's doing the same thing. So, I guess it's behavior. It's setting an example is a good way to look at it. So that's the story that I tell everybody. He said, I'm not eating those little trees. Now he eats them all the time and asks, where's my broccoli? You didn't put any broccoli in my salad.
Yeah, that story is so great. And I think too, sometimes when we get in our like healthy eating kicks or our workout kicks, it's really tempting to try to like force everyone in your life to like be where you are in your journey. But as you mentioned, sometimes just like setting a good example is enough for someone else to make a behavior change. And at the end of the day, it's not our job to like change people. We can just
No, no.
inspire, encourage.
Right, right. And he now tells all his friends, yeah, I wouldn't eat a salad before I met Deniece. Now I eat salads all the time. Yeah.
Love that. You've been a great influence on him, clearly. So I've got to ask you about your hair because your hair looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
With especially for Black women,
Ooh,
and really women of color, but Black women specifically, we have a hard time working out sometimes because of our hair.
yes.
So what is your hair looks great now, but what has that journey been like for you?
Right,
What tips do you have?
right. I do. I think I told you earlier that I was into fitness as a youth and kept going into fitness. So I have really tried everything as it relates to my hair. Um, and I have only been natural for about 2 years. I started this natural journey. It'll be 2 years in March, so I'm not even 2 years yet. But at this point, my hair is all natural. I don't have any more perm on it. But Kiara, I couldn't remember before I started going natural when my hair was natural. All I can remember was having perm on my hair. Or yeah, my hair was processed from middle school all the way, till 2 years ago. So it was a big change for me to go from that to natural hair, and especially working out as much as I work out. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a major change for me. Um, and I've done a couple of videos that I have on my Instagram about me doing my hair. It's basically, I could, I was telling people, because people ask me all the time, what do you do with your hair? So when my hair was permed, what I would do is I would use one of those bands, it's like a hair band. It was a thick thing. It had Velcro on the end.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Okay. So what I would do is I wore caps all the time, baseball caps. I would work out in a cap all the time. So once I got to the gym, I would wrap my hair around my head. I wrap my hair, put my band on, right? And then put my hat on top. And I could work out without a problem. I would take my hair down, let it dry, and with a perm, your hair was fine. You let it air dry, it was fine. So that's how I treated my hair when I had a perm. Girl, it's a new world now. I tell you.
World.
It's a different world. But it's a new journey. And in life, you have different journeys, different paths. I'm experiencing a lot of different things. The what do you call it? The
Box braids.
yes, I know that. Yeah, block braids, but they call it something else with where you're taking care of your hair, you're treating it. I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, yeah. So now I'm getting into braids, and I'm enjoying it. I had never worn braids up until about a year ago.
Wow.
For a year ago. So now I rock the braids pretty regularly, and it's easy to pull back. I can put my hat on still. I could pull it up. It makes it very flexible when you have protective styles. That's what the word is.
Gotcha.
The protective styles, yeah. And it works for me. When I don't have it braided, I do twist it. I do use, different products on it. I'll do a twist out and comb it, wear a little small fro or whatever. And I like it. I mean, that's what we're about, being very creative, right?
Yeah,
And I have found a way to make it work.
I love that. It's an outlet for creativity.
Yes, an outlet for creativity.
It's so funny. I haven't had a perm for maybe 10 years now, but I'm wearing my hair straight right now.
Uh-huh.
But it does not stay straight. So like when I was permed back in the day, I could work out and stuff
Yes,
or whatever. I cheered and it stayed straight.
yes,
Now, if I try to work out with straight hair, my roots are like
yes,
it's just it doesn't do the same
yes,
thing. You're having
yes,
to get like really creative with like the styling and like
yes,
when I try to plan my like when I'm gonna do my hair around when I'm gonna work out.
yes, yes, yes. That's what we have to do. You have to plan in advance of a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I recently had mine straightened, blow dried and straightened. And it was so beautiful. I was like, and I got to work out
I
tomorrow.
know, you're like, I'm gonna ruin it.
Then you pull out the flat iron and touch it up, but then you go right back to doing what you have to do. But
Exactly.
I think people are okay with it now. I think that people are more accepting of it, of us and our styles, much more than they were. You said 10 years, than 10 years ago. I just think that they're more accepting of in the workforce, um, in the offices, just people as a whole are more accepting of us and braids and afros and natural looks, or whatever it is. They they're accommodating, because we are who we are and we're not going to change.
Yeah, 100%. And I gotta ask too, like you look so strong and your arms look so good. Is your husband intimidated by you?
No, he works out just as much as I do. He
Oh,
does.
I love that. So you guys work out together?
Yeah, we work out together. And we've since the pandemic, we've really been doing a lot together. Before, he would go to his gym and I would go to my gym. But now we've been walking together. We'll do workouts inside together. He bought some equipment that we have in the garage. He and I work out in there. I bought some additional weights because I'm teaching, the classes and stuff. So we're really getting into it. So we're really making our home our gym. We're really incorporating it into our lifestyle, and not making it something that we had to go somewhere to participate in. We're making it part of our lifestyle. And that I'm truly grateful that I'm able to do that.
Hmm. That's so good. And I guess on that vein too, I just want to ask for other people who are in areas, which is I guess the whole country, where like gyms are still shut down.
Yeah.
What types of equipment or what types of things do people need or should they get at home in order to
Okay.
like stay active and
Yes.
strong in their homes?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that, because a lot of people are having problems finding equipment that they can get at home. You go online to buy mats and weights and things like that, and they are out of stock. A lot of my participants tell me, oh, I can't find, an 8-pound weight or a 10-pound weight, because they're out of stock. So many people have been ordering. So it's 7-8 weeks before things will be delivered. So I would say start with, of course, a mat. You need to have a cushion surface, to non-stick surface on the floor. People use their rugs and then a towel on top. It's not the same, but if that's what you have, that's what you have. But I would suggest something that has some bounce to it, something that can give you some support. So that would be good. Start with some weights. If you don't have any weights, uh, well, start with some weights. Make sure you have a lighter weight, like a 3-pound, 5-pound, and then an 8-pound, if you could. If you don't want to get all three, start with the 5-pound, and then you can always use a water bottle, a regular size water. This one's not really heavy, but a regular tall water bottle. You can fill that up with water. You can fill it up with rocks. You can fill it up with sand, and there you go. Then you have a weight right there. So you don't have to have a 3-pound weight. You can use a water bottle. You can use a gallon jug, a milk gallon jug. Once it's empty of milk, you can fill it with sand and water as well. That's at least 5 pounds, if not more. So you can make your weight at home if you can't, find one. Bands are also good. I just purchased some new bands that I got, and I'm so excited. I'm going to use them tomorrow morning in my class.
I love that.
I just got these today.
Oh, I love them.
I had the old-fashioned rubber kind, but I needed the fabric kind. Oh my God, I'm so excited to get these.
Oh, I love those.
Yes, what I had before, hold on. I had these before.
Yeah, those were the ones my gym had.
Yeah, and they're okay. They do what they're supposed to do. But this on your thighs, girl, it won't slip, it won't ride. You will get a good workout in. So
I love that. For anyone who might be interested, where did you find those?
oh, I did get these on Amazon. It's Gym B, Gymb, Gymb, and it comes in 3 sizes. Small, not a small. What do they call it? The strengths are medium and light and heavy, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah, light, medium, and heavy.
Gotcha.
So these are in my arsenal.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that. I know people have really been struggling trying to, not just with physically trying to stay healthy, mentally. I know mental health has been a huge thing for people, but giving people, tools to stay as healthy as possible for as long as the, quarantine lasts, I think is really awesome.
Yeah. And I would tell people, get out and get sunlight, get out and walk. For the mental health component you just talked about, sunlight, fresh air, drinking water, all those things are natural things that we need to consume more and more of. Being indoors for hours and days at a time, you really need to get out and get some fresh air and get some sunlight on your body, and keep it moving.
I'm so glad you said that. I actually myself, but also my doctor was telling me a lot of Black women are vitamin D deficient.
Definitely.
It comes from the sun. And number one, if we're inside all the time, we're not getting it. And then the darker your skin, the more melanin, the harder it is to absorb that vitamin D.
Right.
So as much vitamin D as you can get,
much, bring it.
Yeah.
I think everybody's gonna, once the quarantine is lifted or whatever, the pandemic goes away next year or whatever, everybody's gonna be out. Nobody's gonna be at home.
Exactly. We're all good on being at home.
That's right. We're like, had enough of that, I'm out.
So do you have any final thoughts or words of wisdom, anything that's on your heart to share?
Well, I often tell people to always remember your why and what you're doing. Whether it's fitness, whether it's your job, whether it's community service, whatever it is, always remember your why. I think that sometimes, and I have to write things down to remind myself. So anything you can do to help you remember your why. Why are you doing something? Why are you getting active? Why are you trying to stay fit? Is it because your family has a history of diabetes, or you or had problems with your knees, and you got to condition your muscles to have strong knees? Your why, and keep in mind what your why is, or that you've seen other family members struggle from different things, and you want to be in good health when you reach that age. So always remember your why and stay true to who you are, and just stay true to who you are.
I love that. That's such good advice. Remember your why.
Remember your why.
And for people who want to connect with you, what is the best way for them to do that?
Okay, yes, they can connect with me on my Instagram account, which is my name, Deniece Griffin. I also, as I mentioned to you earlier, I have a Facebook community called Grown and Fit.
Ooh,
Grown and Fit. It is a private Facebook community. And as a result of Grown and Fit, my Facebook community, I started a studio, a virtual studio called Grown and Fit Studio.
wow.
You can get all that information at my website, which is denicegriffin.com.
DenieceGriffin.com. And can you spell your name for everyone?
Yes, DenieceGriffin.
Great. I just want to make sure everyone can
Thank
find
you.
you. So everyone
Thank you.
go to her website, follow her on Instagram, join her Facebook group. This has been so amazing. I'm so thankful for the work that you're doing. And, I hope, the rest of this year, the rest of the last month, is great for you. And as we move into this next year and we're all trying to navigate what it looks like to work from home and to work virtually, I pray that you're able to continue to use all of your gifts to inspire and help people.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. That's exactly what I want to do. I've been blessed to do what I do for so long, and I've been asked over the years, what about this? What about that? So I just kind of package it all up, and that's what I do. I'm trying to inspire other women to stay grown and fit.
Listen, well, you inspired me. I definitely am gonna make sure my mom reaches out because she always is using like being older as an excuse. I'm like, you don't have no excuse. I talked to Deniece and she said you could do it.
That's right.
I
and,
love
she's got,
it.
and she's got Ernestine Shepherd. Hey,
Exactly. Ernestine, like, come on.
that's right. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I enjoyed talking with you.
Awesome. Talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.